Welcome back to another episode of the NASCAR 25 Career Mode. As you saw there, we unlocked the Truck Series last episode out at Kansas. It was an 8th place finish in a race where we picked up our first career pole. Unfortunately, had to make an extra pit stop, couldn't come back from that. You'll also see our chassis and suspension are worn out, so it's going to be a big week for buying parts. Heading into Martinsville, though, 2 races remain on the season from Martinsville and Phoenix. Obviously, we don't have a shot at the championship, but we do have a solid points position up for grabs. So yeah, it was an 8th place finish last episode out at Kansas. A race we probably could have dominated, but had a really bad start and then had the issue with not being able to make it on just one pit stop. Will Kimmel actually took the win last week, as he was able to stretch the field to just one pit stop. Another thing we did, though, we got the Clot Synthetics sponsorship. We'll go for the incentive of a top 10. So we start coming up on the end of the season, and you can see there we actually have a Truck Series sponsor for next season. So we've already replaced our parts. Season standings, we currently sit 7th, just behind Jake Finch, about 20 points behind him. William Swalich leads the way. He's kind of got this one nearly locked up over Brendan Queen, as we'll actually get to take a look at the new paint scheme. Instead of the black base, we went to a gray one, still kept the carbon fiber look we've been using throughout the entire season. But we'll start to get ready here for Martinsville. Just 2 races remain in the season. You can see there we have hit the rep to move up to the Truck Series. We are into the we got past that 25,000 rep threshold. Just to look at our stats so far, though, through our first season: 2 wins, 9 top 5s, 12 top 10s, 14 top 20s, 1 pole, 45 laps led in 17 races. Lime Rock Park, our best track so far. It's obviously got to be up between there and IRP, where we won races. But we'll start to get set here for the ARCA 200 at Martinsville.
Welcome to Martinsville Speedway, the paperclip that passed the punch. We're thrilled to be at NASCAR's oldest and most historic street track, where tradition meets thunder and legends are made in 0.526 miles of pure racing intensity. We'll see who can set the fastest time here in this practice session.
Let's get out there and get some practice in.
So we head out now for practice, our first race with the Clot Synthetic sponsorship. Our goal is a top 10 throughout practice, qualifying, and the race. You see we've already hit that goal of a 21.370, but we'll come across for another lap to put it in the 2s. Which is only good enough for 6th place. William Swalich goes fastest over Trevor Huddleston. Brendan Queen in 3rd, Cole Raz 4th, LeVar Scott rounds out the top 5. Me, Tyler Reif, Tanner Reif, Lawless Allen, and Takuma Koga, the top 10.
It's time for qualifying. Drivers are on the track, battling the clock for a shot at the pole.
All right, let's go. Let us know what you need.
So we head out now for our 2 laps in qualifying. Once again, the goal of a top 10 here for our new sponsor. They will be on the car for the remainder of this season. We'll head now into 3 and 4. And I was actually downshifting through the corners, and you saw a big slide there while doing that. We'll come across the line. A 21-0 is good enough to put us 9th. We will meet our goal of the top 10. Trevor Huddleston actually picks up the pole over William Sawalich just barely. Brendan Queen, Cole Raz, Tyler Reif, the top 5. Scott, Allen, Keller, myself, and Tanner Reif round out the top 10.
Let's go trackside now for the command to start this Arkham Menard Series race. Drivers, start your engines!
Here we go. Start it up.
Here we go, getting set to throw the green here in our first ever race at Martinsville. Green flag is in the air, and it's not a great launch for us. We're going to lose a couple of spots off the line, but we're really able to just send it off into turn 1 now. Up the inside of Tanner Reif, a little bit of contact with the number 13. He gets a good exit off the corner, as now we'll be fighting on the outside as Takuma Koga looks to our inside here. Is he going to be able to make the move? We tried the downshift, got really loose off of turn 4. I was really struggling to find out which gear I should run. Once again, though, we go for the downshift into 1 and 2, trying on the outside of Koga, but Takuma Koga going to be able to make the move off of turn number 2. We'll fight back, still around the outside into 3 and 4, trying to do whatever we can to get back around the 12, but he'll clear us out of turn 4. Huddleston leads the way now on lap number 3. We'll actually get into the back of Takuma Koga, really using up the bumper here early. Just really struggling to find my marks here early on at Martinsville. As you can see, the huge dent already in the front bumper. Now we'll have a shot up the inside of Koga, though, coming off of turn number 4, side by side down the front straightaway. Into turn 1, we'll make the move work on the 12 car. Coming out of turn number 2 now, running in the 10th spot. Trevor Huddleston continues to lead as we're getting set to come around out of turn number 4 to lap number 5 for the leader. Now we got to see if we can run back in Tanner Reif. That was our fastest lap so far in this one. Just really struggling in the early stages. We're still trying the downshift, but I don't know if that's the way to go. We are fighting really loose while doing it. As we now head down out of turn number 2, still trying the downshift, seeing if we can make up time on Tanner Reif, who's right on the back bumper of Lawless Allen. Reif goes to the top. We'll have a send up the inside of the number 13, side by side down the front straightaway. Down into 1 and 2, we'll clear Tanner Reif now, right on the back bumper of Lawless Allen. Still fighting loose with the downshift into 3rd, but looks like we've kind of figured that out. Another dive, though, this time on Lawless Allen, side by side through 3 and 4 for the 8th spot. Can we get a good run down the front straightaway? He's at our door, but down into 1 and 2. Not quite able to clear just yet. Can we get a good run off the corner? Really trying to squeeze him out. He's still there, but we're going to force our way up, make him back out. And that'll be the 8th spot, but he's trying to fight back around the outside. We'll slide up again off of turn number 4. So we make the move up into 8th. Next car in line, Kyle Keller, but lap traffic starting to be a factor here for the race leader, Trevor Huddleston. As you can see, Keller trying to make a move on Brendan Queen. Sawalich way up the track, up ahead of both of them. Top 2 in points, running in the 5th and 6th positions, as they're going to go side by side with the lap car up ahead. We have a major slide. We'll head down into 3 and 4. Another big slide coming off of turn number 4. See Falcon's going to go to the top. That'll allow us up his inside. We'll make the move on the number 2 car. Next up, Ryan Clubb. Another lap car up ahead. So you can see everyone trying to work their way through some lap traffic. We had another big slide through 3 and 4. Clubb's going to go to the bottom. We're going to have to go up around the outside, but we're going to get boxed in by Staropoli as well. Patrick Staropoli went to the top. Ryan Clubb held the bottom. We'll have to go back up the inside of both of them. Now, we'll also get by Caleb Costner. That allowed Tanner Reif to close the gap. Not able to make a move, though, off of it. As we continue to work our way here around the paperclip here, Martinsville Speedway, on lap number 13. You can see how heavy the lap traffic is starting to get. Cody Dennison, the next car in front of us, to go a lap down. So we'll head up his inside. That's Jake Finch, a guy who had really had a promising start to the season. 2 wins in the first 3 races. He's running 35th here at Martinsville. That is going to ruin his points for the rest of the season. Rita Goulet running in the 34th spot. We'll get up her inside. Corey Day running in the 33rd spot. We'll go up the inside of the number 77. A big slide, though, through 1 and 2. We're actually going to lean on the 77 a couple times. Not on purpose. It was just we were really fighting the car on exit. He just ended up being there where we were trying to correct our car, or straighten out. As you could see, Brendan Queen had actually gotten by Sawalich for a little bit, but got caught up behind the lap car of, I believe that's Amber Balkin. Sawalich was able to make the move back around his championship rival. As that's a huge slide coming out of 4. We're going to lock it down, catch the inside wall. No caution yet. It'll stay green. We lose a couple of spots outside of the top 10 now. Down into 12th, still fighting. We'll get back up the inside of Lawless Allen. But a big mistake. We were just so loose on exit here. We'll look up the inside of the number 20, take the spot from him. Overdrove a bit on entry. And now, one thing that might cause me to do here, stop downshifting. It's been just really rough through the corners, or on corner exit with the downshift. Yeah, it was helping me a bit on exit, but it was so hard to keep straight that it's just not worth it. We'll send it into 3 and 4. That's another thing, though. The downshift really helps slow you down. So I'm going to have to change up my braking point. We'll send it up the inside, though, to Kumakoga. Get ourselves back up into the top 10. Go up the inside of Corey Day, clear the 77, this time without contact. So, the next car in front of us is Isabella Robusto, a multi-time winner this season. Won last episode out, or, sorry, not at last episode out, 2 episodes ago out in Bristol. On a strategy win. She runs in the 9th spot. We'll get up to her back bumper. She's actually going to split Jackson McLaren and Ed Pompa 3 wide through the middle. We'll get by Pompa coming off of 3 and 4. We'll go to the outside of McLaren now. Heading into 1 and 2. Looking to the outside of Robusto. Really overcooked it into 1 and 2, though. Do not want to be outside of the concrete patches, though, through the corners here at Martinsville. We'll go up the inside, an aggressive dive on the 55. We'll get by that Venturini Motorsports car up into 9th as we put ourselves in the wall coming off of turn number 4. But we are clear for the position. Now that next car in line, not for position, that's Amber Balkin in the 30th spot. The next car for position is Tanner Reif. But we have a lot of lap traffic to get through before we get up to the 13 car. We'll head up the inside of Amber Balkin now, running in 30th. Next car in front of us, Blake Lothian in the 29th spot. Does feel like we're closing the gap a bit on Trevor Huddleston, the race leader. Since I had stopped the downshift, the car felt really good, to be honest. And we still had speed, just not quite the exit speed I wanted. As we'll go side by side with Brad Smith out of the corner. Next in line, Hunter Wright will look up his inside, really send it on the number 95, but we'll clear him out of turn number 4. So we scrape the wall down the front straightaway. The goal is to try to run down Tanner Reif, see if we can get back up into that 8th spot. At least work up to where we had been running before. Before I spun myself. So we'll come out at turn 4. Next car in line, Patrick Staropoli. We've hit the halfway point in this race. Staropoli another lap down. Caleb Costner running in the 38th spot. He'll go another lap down. So we'll send it up the inside of the number 93 car, clear Costner. Ryan Roulette now, the car in front of us, running in the 25th spot. So we'll head down into 1 and 2. Really just trying to make up some time, and we are making up time. You can see Tanner Reif actually up ahead, just got by Jake Bowman and Jake Finch. Tanner Reif is that black car just up ahead of him, as our crew chief will call us to the pits this time. It's going to be 1.5 cans of fuel, 4 tires, and we're actually going to think about changing the tire pressures as well. We'll head down into 1 and 2, get up the inside of Jake Finch. As we'll get set to make our way to pit road. A pretty interesting pit road here from Martinsville, as we will get down to pit road speed in time. A long, slow one, to say the least, here from the paperclip. You will lose at least a lap or 2 in the pit stop cycle. And that's even if you're right on the leader. As you can see, Trevor Huddleston goes by us to put us a lap down. Tyler Reif, LeVar Scott all up there in that fight. There goes Swalach, Raz. People we had a shot at earlier on in the race. Obviously, my mistake cost me, as that was Tanner Reif that goes by. So it will be a 16 flat second pit stop, as we'll head out of the pit road now. Coming out in the 28th spot, we'll go a second lap down just behind Trevor Huddleston, the race leader. But we will be on much newer tires than the number 50. We'll work our way up the inside of Patrick Staropoli now. Down into turn 1, Huddleston 3 wide with Isaac Kitzmiller and Blake Lothian. We'll head off of turn number 2. Lothian is for position right now, as we'll send it there, but he's going to come to the pits. Now we're right on the back bumper of the number 50 of Trevor Huddleston. We'll come out of turn number 4. Right on the back bumper of the 50 car. We'll head up his inside, trying to put ourselves back 1 lap down. We will do so. So now if there is a caution before Huddleston pits, we will get the, or we have a shot at the free pass, but it's not going to matter. Huddleston comes down pit road. We've made our way up to the 24th spot. Tanner Reif, I believe, in the pit lane now. Or no, he's already pitted. He is directly ahead of us. That really shows how much time we've made up on the 13 car through the pit stop cycle. We'll look up the inside of Tanner Reif. Luckily, Zachary Tinkle not coming to the pits. He's going to box us in, though. We'll run up the track into the door of the number 13 after clipping the curb. But I think Reif is about to be boxed in by Corey Day and Zachary Tinkle. He is. We go 3 wide, 4 wide for a second. Tanner Reif getting aggressive, trying to hold on to the spot. But we'll get a good exit, clear the 13. We'll make a move on Ryan Roulette to move up into the 17th spot. So it's unfortunate. We have some good speed as William Sawalich, the race leader, comes in. We're 3 wide in the middle with Timmy Hill and Cody Dennison for a second. Up into the 12th spot, as we'll come out of turn number 2. Now Jake Bowman in the 11th spot will be for position, but he's going to come down pit lane. As we'll most likely move up or back up into the top 10 here. We will get our lap back as Sawalich in the pit lane. Now we move back onto the lead lap here from Martinsville. Next car in front of us is Kyle Keller for now, but Takuma Koga comes in from the race lead. That'll actually give us our lap back. Koga, one of the last cars to need to pit. So we're running in the 11th spot. Make that the 9th spot as we got by Zachary Tinkle and somebody else in the pits. Here on lap number 36, and we should be able to get by Takuma Koga, I believe. Yes, there he is. So we get by Koga as well. That'll move us back up into the 8th spot where we were running before I spun myself. So not a bad run so far here. Not a bad bounce back, to say the least. We'll go around the outside of Caleb Costner, David Smith, D.L. Wilson. Getting by all the lap traffic there. And stopping the downshift has really benefited us. I wish I realized that before spinning myself, but we have been much quicker, less sideways throughout the corner. So it's just, the downshift feels like it helps you get a better exit, but at the same time, if you're so sideways, you're not going to actually get that drive off the corner you want from it. As we continue to make our way up through lap traffic, LeVar Scott, now the race leader here from Martinsville, following the pit stops. We're fighting through a lot of lap traffic here. Got by Corey Day and I believe Blake Lothian. That was Kitzmiller now. 3 wide with Jason Kitzmiller and Jake Finch. There's Cody Dennison in the 36th spot. We'll go up his inside. Jason Kitzmiller now the lap car in front of us. We're kind of boxed in for a second. Thought about going to the outside of the number 97, but couldn't quite get the run through the corner. 10 laps to go, though, for LeVar Scott. We'll head up the inside of Kitzmiller into 1 and 2. Side by side with the number 97 through, or down the back straightaway now. We'll look to clear him. Going up the inside of Brad Smith. I don't know if we're quite going to have enough to run in Kyle Keller, Cole Raz, those guys up ahead. But still, not a bad run, but not where we wanted to be, not where we've been for the past part of the season. I know we finished 8th last episode at Kansas, but that wasn't where we truly had speed. We were the fastest car for the weekend, and just weren't able to save fuel. But this race starting to come to an end here, running in the 8th spot onto lap number 44 for LeVar Scott as he comes through turn 2, and we've been in the same spot almost the whole race, just about equal with the race leader, but obviously we are half a lap behind already, so there's not much we can do to run down the number 6. As we'll come out of turn number 4 once again behind Ryan Roulette to put him another lap down here in the 25th spot. That's the thing here about Martinsville. A lot of lap traffic as Corey Day has had to make another pit stop. Not the day the number 77 wanted. That might be his first. I don't know if he's come down already, but we're going to get stuck behind Star Napoleon on the outside of Corey Day. We'll go 3 wide for a second. 5 laps to go as there's a new leader. Trevor Huddleston has taken the lead back from LeVar Scott. Huddleston, I believe, looking for his first win of the season. Can the 50 car pull it off here? He's got just 4 laps to go from Martinsville. The Arcus Menard Series West champion in real life. Can he pick up that first win here in the NASCAR 25 career mode? We'll get by Jake Bowman. Once again by D.L. Wilson. Jake Finch, a really rough day down in 36th. I don't even know how many times this is us lapping him. As we'll come to lap number 48. Just 3 laps to go here from Martinsville. It'll go by quick. One of the quickest racetracks on the schedule as we come out of turn number 2 here. Huddleston takes 2 laps to go at the line. We'll look to the outside of Isaac Kitzmiller. Really didn't get the run through the corner we needed to make that work. We'll head up his inside now into 1 and 2. But Huddleston heading through 3 and 4. He'll take the white flag this time at the stripe. Trevor Huddleston leads, white flag in the air for him. We'll head down into 3 and 4, really overdrive entry. In all honesty, there's not really much of a reason for me to push this hard. We were running down the leader, closing the gap on the cars up ahead. You can actually see Kyle Keller now halfway down the back straightaway, but coming out of turn number 4, for the first time this season, Trevor Huddleston will win in the ARCA Menard Series. We're going to come through 3 and 4 now. It's going to be an 8th place run here at Martinsville. Not what we wanted in our first race for Clot Synthetics, but we will hit their goal. An 8th place run, but it is Trevor Huddleston out front over LeVar Scott. Tyler Reif comes home 3rd, William Sawalich in 4th, and Brendan Queen rounds out the top 5. Raz, Keller, myself, Tanner Reif, and Isabella Robusto, the top 10. So if you guys did enjoy this episode of the NASCAR 25 Career Mode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.